Well, they all want your vote, but what difference are they going to make in your lives? That's why we have come up with Make Me Your Mayor as we get ready for the 1st of November and the local government elections. Today, ActionSA's mayoral candidate for Ekhuruleni, Mr. Tlhogi Moseki, joining us to talk about plans and priorities. A big municipality. Mr. Moseki, good morning to you. Currently led by the ANC-led coalition. Have they done a terrible job? Do you think you can do a better job than they've done?
Certainly. Good morning to you, Gareth, and to the viewers at home. Well, first thing first, I think it's worth noting that we are ending on a very high note a state of paralysis, administration led by the ANC coalition government. And we equally are actually equal to the task in terms of making sure that we zoom into this municipality and we get to do the reset. We actually are engaging in a reset mode because this metro municipality is actually the state of paralysis. And as I'm talking to you in our engagement with the people of Ekurhuleni throughout, you find a situation where, we're still having residents who goes without electricity, and if they do have electricity, they get electricity for 3 hours or 3
But how would you fix that, Mr. Moseki? How do you fix it? I'll tell you why I jumped in, because the DA have said something very similar, that if they're voted into whichever municipality or metro, that load shedding, power cuts could be a thing of the past. That's not a realistic promise to make. You can't control that, surely.
Look, it is controllable, Gareth. I can tell you now. It just needs a political will, and a municipality such as Ekurhuleni needs a leader, not a politician. I can tell you now, one of the reasons why we're having lots and lots of these electrical issues or electricity issues, it's mainly for the fact that we having our substations and power stations being heavily loaded, and mostly heavily loaded because of what we all know in terms of your illegal connections that happens around the city. The municipality is fully aware of those illegal connections, and most of those illegal connections, if you look at them, are actually being done by the people that you know, and mostly people who are actually also even illegal immigrants into our cities. So
let's talk about water for a moment, Mr. Moseki. Let's talk about water for a moment. I see I'm talking to you from Bedford View. I'm sure you're aware of the headlines just a few days, or actually rather a few weeks ago. Water shortages for days. Some people even saying for weeks they weren't able to get water in that Bedford View, Germiston area. I imagine, as someone who says he's on the ground speaking to residents, you must know about how big an issue that is. How do you fix that for Ekurhuleni?
Well, it goes back to what I'm saying, Gareth. We need to have leadership in the municipality. Currently, we do not have. We know of, water leakages that we experience throughout the city, which in the main end up affecting the entire municipality. But what we are saying is that you rather have to be proactive in making sure that you provide water to the citizens of Ekurhuleni and to the citizens who are in the main your known citizens that should be recipients of water in the entire municipality. But as things stands, we have got the municipality that really doesn't care. If you can go throughout some of your informal settlements, you find lots and lots of water taps that have got water running throughout the day, and there's nobody really cares as to how do you then stop such things from occurring, because what therefore then happens is that it comes back to bite your very ratepayers.
It does as well. Mr. Moseki, let me leave you with 30 seconds on this. Mr. Moseki, 30 seconds on this. I ask this to everyone I interview, so it's only fair I ask you in those 30 seconds. Coalitions, yes, no? If yes, with who?
Look, we're going for outright majority win, Gareth. We're not even considering, coalition. But if it does happen, if the people of Ekhuruleni puts us in that particular situation, I think we've been very clear that we're ready to govern with just about everybody, just not the African National Congress. That has been our very clear position, and we'll continue to maintain that as we go.
So just not the African National Congress. Mr. Moseki, thank you very much indeed. All right, Bedford View, all right, Ekhuruleni, now you know what Tlhogi Moseki, the ActionSA mayoral candidate for Ekurhuleni, is promising to do for you. And it is the two big issues there. We've been covering it, haven't we?